The 4th of July is the perfect time to fire up the grill and treat your family to a barbecue. Louisa Hodge is now on our back patio with Chef Antonio Skeeters to show us how to make the perfect baby back ribs and burgers. Louisa, you are a lucky girl.
Oh, I sure am. You walk out here and you can just smell it immediately. It hits you in the face. And it's 4th of July, so of course everyone thinks about baby back ribs when you think about
on the barbecue.
And now you like to be called Chef Tony, right?
Chef Tony.
Chef
correct.
Tony. Okay, so what are we going to start with?
Well, we're going to start with my baby back ribs. They take the most time. So basically what we have are some baby back ribs, and these actually saw the grill in the smoker for about 5 hours. So the technique is you put them on the smoker, which is actually over here. So they sit on the smoker for exactly 2 hours. You take them off, they get wrapped in foil, and then they sit back on the grill for an additional 2 hours. Now during the last hour, you take them out of the foil, put them back on really low heat. I'm cooking at around 200, 225. And the last half hour of that, they baste them with the sauce, and just pretty much let them go. Baste them every once in a while, and as you can see, they're juicy and tender.
And that patience pays off, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. You could cook them faster, but they're not going to be as tender, and they will not be as good.
5 hours of a lot of taste.
5 hours of juicy baby back ribs. You can go a lot longer and slower, or you can do it this way. This gets you the 5 hour, or this gets you the tender ribs that you need in only 5 hours.
So what's kind of the difference if you made ribs maybe in an hour or something compared to 5 hours?
It's going to be the tenderness. I'll just show you. I'll just show you like this. It's basically going to be, can you do this with your ribs? And if you can't do that,
that looks pretty good. You're making a lot of people hungry right now. You know that.
Which is good. Which is good. So they get basted with the Mandarin glazed barbecue sauce,
and you make this from scratch.
It's from scratch. Yep. And then I don't have any water in there. The main ingredient is actually this Firestone. It's an Easy Jack IPA.
It's something a lot of people have a lot of on 4th of July.
Yep, beer's around, so I'm just literally grabbing this right out of the ice chest. I start with 2 bottles of this in there, and then I added 2 cups of ketchup. Let's let it go for a while.
Ketchup and beer, you would not think.
Well, a lot of ketchup is actually, or excuse me, a lot of barbecue sauce is ketchup based.
Okay.
So that's the base of that. I could start with tomatoes, but cheat a little bit and just go straight to the ketchup.
Okay.
So that's in there. It's got ketchup, it's got the beer, then I've got a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then.
And what does that do?
Oh, that's going to give it the tartness, and it actually combats against the acid of the tomato, so it eliminates a lot of the tomato taste. And it gives you that tang when you want to suck on your finger and have a little bit more of the barbecue sauce. A lot of that's from the acid in the apple cider vinegar.
And then, so this is it, right? Cooking here?
Well, that's
they look
it
different.
Right there.
Okay.
What this is a Mandarin glazed barbecue sauce. I've reduced mandarins in here. I've macerated some fresh mandarins. I've added some thyme, red onions, sugar, orange juice, and then Fanta soda. So lots of sugar content, lots of citrus content. I reduce it down, and I literally just strain that right into what we started our barbecue sauce with.
Wow.
So.
And what does that add? Does it add spiciness or just citrus?
It's going to add a citrus aroma and a little bit of the citrus taste. Now this IPA is made with Bavarian hops, and so those are really citrus notes, kind of like Mandarin. So my first taste when I had it was a little grapefruity, so a little bit on the citrus side.
And do you have any tips? Because this looks really smooth when you're putting this on the ribs. It looks like pretty easy to do. I'm sure that, people, if I made it, let's just say, it might be a little chunky or kind of sticky together. Are there tips to make it smooth?
Yeah, the tip is go to my website, antonioskeeters.com, and follow the recipe. It should come out pretty good.
Okay, and now you also have this gorgeous looking 4th of July table out here. What is this for? Explain this.
Well, this right here, again, we brought out the IPA, so we want to make sure everybody sees that, but we're doing gourmet burgers. And what I did with the burger, it's actually a blend of ribeye meat and skirt steak. I just took it out of my meat counter, I handed it to the butcher, asked him to put it together for me, and I formed 6-ounce patties, which I'm going to put on the grill and share with the crew here in a little while.
Okay.
But as they do that, they're making their own burger, putting it together over there.
So can you show us some of the ingredients that you would suggest when you're putting together a burger?
Absolutely. This is an avocado smash, so it's different than a guacamole. It's really just all about the flavor of the avocado, which grow great here in California. There's nothing in there except for a little sherry wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, the avocado, salt, and pepper, and that pretty much does that, and lime juice. Here, I've got some roasted tomatoes. These get sliced and put in the oven at about 450 for about 25 minutes. The trick here is to let them dehydrate by themselves and then hit them with a little Worcestershire sauce. That brings out the natural glutamates.
Okay, now before we go, can you actually pick up one of those ribs and just show it for Andrea? Just show how good this rib looks. I mean, I just want to show you. This is a beautiful looking rib, Andrea.
Well, this looks pretty good, and it's rather tender.
Yum. We're going to leave you with that. Back to you guys.
Ooh, save some for me, Louisa.